Okay, we'll get started now. It's 6:30. We're coming out of executive session. We were in executive session at White Field reviewing the improvements, the update. For the record, this is the Newark City School District Board of Education regular meeting being held at the Roosevelt Administrative Offices, and it's now, we're coming back out of executive session at 6:30 on April 11, 2016. Roll call has already been taken care of previously, so now we'll move straight to the Pledge of Allegiance, which the junior ROTC will present the colors and lead us in the pledge.
Color guard, left hand, hut, port arms. Carry, colors, forward, march. March turn, march. Left turn, march. Color guard, hold. Present, arms.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms. From the halt, right turn, march. Forward, march.
I've asked the students if they would come up to the podium and share with the board their name, what they've been doing this year, and a few other things. And so, one by one, if you come up, introduce yourself, and chat with the board a little bit. I do want to recognize Master Sergeant Barnett in the back of the room and thank him for his leadership with this group. So,
where do I stand?
the podium, one by one, you go first.
Okay. I'm Cadet Colonel Chloe Bedford. I'm the commander of this year's. We don't need this year. Okay. But I'm Cadet Colonel Chloe Bedford, and I'm commander of this unit, the unit this year. And there's 300 cadets, just about. Yeah. Introduce yourself.
Are you done talking?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Why don't you do me a favor, come right up here in front, here. There you go. Yep, thank you.
Hi, I am Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Christian Shell. You guys hear me fine? Cool.
Thanks, guys.
I am the Color Guard Commander. I took this role about halfway through the year. We actually do a lot of cool things. Like most of you, have you seen the big games like the Browns and the Bengals? Well, he just got a call for us to go do another Bengals game. So, and we have 4 Columbus Crew games lined up, 2 of which are 5 persons, and the other 2 are 20 persons. So it's really fun, and I have a blast, and all of these guys are just a ginormous, huge part of my everyday experience, which makes school so worth it. So, and Roxy also, and Master Sergeant Barnett, I wouldn't be where I am without him. So I owe him everything. So, thank you.
Can y'all hear me good, or do I need the microphone? Okay. I forget my rank right now. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm Cadet Major Mariah Hoskingson. Am I facing y'all?
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, this year we've had quite a bit of competitions with the teams where we've gone to different schools and we have like a routine, like an SOP that we're supposed to
follow. And there we try to place, like sometimes there's maybe 12 schools, sometimes there's up to 20 or more. And it's kind of a huge group effort, and I don't know. I mean, it's nice, and it really brings us all together, so.
Hi guys, I'm Senior First Sergeant Alicia Connect. I took the First Sergeant role actually this year, so I oversee like the whole discipline and morale of the unit, and I kind of like keep everything under control. Woo. I'm also part of Color Guard. Yeah, it's really great. It's a huge family. I love doing this kind of stuff and doing stuff like this. It really gets us out there and gets us known. It's a lot of fun. So. Okay.
Hi guys, I'm Cadet First Sergeant Bernadette Darkus, and so basically I work with Alicia, and I took this position this year. Really, it's brought my comfort zone way out, because before I couldn't even talk in front of people, and I didn't really know many people before, but now I'm so close to them as a family, and it just brings a great experience. So.
I'd like to cordially invite you all to our banquet on May 10th. It's $10 a ticket, and what that is, it honors our cadets, whether they've participated in Americanism, community service, and any other activities they've participated over the year, what kind of things they've done within the unit, how they've helped our cadets. It's like an award ceremony. It's also a good way to say goodbye to our outgoing seniors. Thank you.
What banquet date again?
It's May 10th. 6. Sorry.
6. Sorry about that. I wanted to make sure I had the 6 when you said the 10.
Sorry about that.
But thank you.
Thank you.
It's $10.
Just out of curiosity, were any of you the ones who presented at the state basketball tournaments?
Yes.
Yes.
What's it feel like?
Exhilarating, honestly. In front of all of those people, it is the best feeling in the world.
You're talking, what, 14, 15,000
Just to
people?
let you guys know.
Yeah.
I think it was a little intimidating, honestly, at first, but I became more comfortable.
Honestly, when we do that, it's when we feel the most a team. I guess you would say too. Because you're not out there by yourself, and you have your whole group to depend on you, and it really shows how our practice has gone. It's just good to actually show the community and whoever's in our audience what all we've done.
And I hope people noticed that when it was mentioned close to 300 students in this program, that's amazing.
And we had to expand to 2 classrooms this year just to fit everyone.
I would mention to the board and to the students, it was really nice. About 3 weeks ago, I was introduced at a meeting, and the person that introduced me, their district is starting an ROTC unit next school year. And he had mentioned to the group that we are now in our 7th year on ours, and it was really nice to hear him say they have a unit that is regarded as the best in the state. And I was really proud to hear that. I wanted to thank you students, and certainly Master Sergeant Barnett and Colonel Bradley, who's not here, for your leadership. I know that we came into the district together, and you had 45 students 7 years ago, and you've taken that program, and if you offer something that's beneficial to students, they sign up for it. And that is a great example of that. And then I will thank our board for being very supportive to allow our unit to grow this past year by the 3rd person to allow more students to take advantage of that. So, and you know, I got a chance to get down on the floor when they had prime time Friday night at the state tournament, 5:30 and the 8:30 game, two Division I games. There were about 14,000 people in the stands, and they introduced them. It's nice to hear Newark Junior ROTC from Newark High School in Newark, Ohio. So we get 3 Newarks in there. So it's great. It's great to see, and they always do a wonderful job. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Resolutions and recognitions. Jeff, would you like to introduce our guest?
We have a guest from the Auditor of State's office. His name is Mr. Kraft. If he'd please come forward, he has a presentation for the audit staff.
Thanks for having me here tonight. It's not always people are excited when the Auditor of State's office comes knocking. Tonight's one of those good nights we're actually delivering good news. I'm here to present the Auditor of State Award with Distinction, which is the highest award that the Auditor of State's office gives out. To win this award is given to those entities that file a clean CAFR and a timely financial report in accordance with GAAP, as well as receive a clean audit report. A clean audit report means your financial audits do not contain any findings recovery, material citation, material weaknesses, significant deficiency, single audit findings, or any questionable costs. That's what it takes to qualify, which is a lot of audit talk. A lot of us I don't even know if I understand all those words, and I work for the Auditor of State's office. What I like to talk about this is that the Auditor of State's office audits over 5,800 public entities through the entire state of Ohio. From the smallest township in Benton County to the city of Cleveland to the city of Columbus, we audit over 5,800 public entities. Out of those 5,800 public entities, less than 5% of them qualified for this award. So that's to say that you, as the Auditor of State's office, are operating in the 95th percentile. So we're in a school, so you guys got it. So all A's. So with that, I would like to present the award of the highest Ohio Auditor of State Award with distinction to Jeff Anderson and his wonderful staff.
Could you guys come up, please? Why don't you stand right here across, look into the camera, tell them what your name is and what do you handle for us?
I'm Cheryl Hardbarger, and my title is Fiscal Associate. I do the substitute teacher timesheets, I do the inventory, I help with the other areas in the audit, or I'm sorry, in the treasurer's office. Myra Brandenburg, and I have benefits and payroll. I make sure all the new hires and retirees and everybody get the benefits that they want to choose and help with payroll.
I'm Becky Underhill. I'm in the accounts payable department, and I make sure all the bills are paid.
I'm Patty Stalker. I'm the assistant treasurer, and I do a little bit of everything.
And I'm Jeff Anderson. I'm the proud treasurer for Newark City Schools and of this group. Thank you.
It's Becky's year.
Todd, can you get
I've been a little tight.
smile?
Oh, you're fine.
You're the auditor and engineer on your shoulder.
It's very symbolic. No pressure, but I expect you back here.
Now that I've seen the size of Mr. Kraft, I'm glad I didn't argue with the Auditor of State when they do have findings on it.
Did you tell him he was going to be on TV in front of millions of
I did
viewers?
not tell him that. I wanted him to show up. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff, and staff. Thank you, ladies. Okay, any special reports? No. With that, we'll move to communications from the floor. Anybody who would like to address the board, feel free to step to the podium, give your name, your address, and have up to 5 minutes. See a long line. Okay, with that, we'll move on to treasurer's recommendations. Jeff?
Item 2A is approval of the board meeting minutes for the March 14th, 2016 regular meeting. Item 2B is the approval of the March 2016 financial reports. We earned interest in the amount of $9,455.93. Our fund balances are general fund $29,980,000, bond retirement $2,200,000, permanent improvement $3,190,000, building fund $100,000, food service $1,510,000, OSSC project local $120,000. OSSC project state share, $1,610,000. Insurance funds, $3,300,000. Classroom facilities, $2,270,000. Miscellaneous other, $810,000. For a total of $45,109,674.83 in the bank.
Item 2C is approval of the fiscal year supplemental appropriations. We have a change in the 003 permanent improvement, which is appropriating $400,000 for the purchase of property that we'll be talking about later. Item 463 is Alternative Education Challenge. That's additional funding of $2,729 from ODE. Item 572 is Title I ODE reallocation of $89,629.50. And item 2A is reallocated ODE money of $974.01. Also, we have item 2D, which is the transfer of funds from 003-9192 to 034. 034 is our maintenance fund that's set up by law with our OSFC agreement, and that is $412,881 has been set aside for the specific purpose of maintaining our new buildings and additions that we've done. And with that, if there's no questions,
We'll take a motion to approve 2A through D.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Call it over, Jeff.
Mr. Blowers?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Nickum?
Yes.
Mr. Blind?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
With that, we'll move on to item 3, Superintendent's recommendations.
And under personnel, item 1, retirements resignation, Don Wasson, who was hired in 1988 and as a intervention specialist. Don has worked at Lincoln and Wilson. Doris will be retiring, and we appreciate her time in the district. Bus driver resignation, Tim Jerba, and classroom aide retirements, 2 classroom aides, Cynthia Feist and Pat Manata. Appreciate their time serving our students and our staff. Appointments and assignments are item 2. Salary adjustments, item 3. There's 1 salary adjustment for a bus driver. Item 4, tutors, home instruction tutor. 5 are substitute. I will call your attention to 5 under other, substitute teacher over 60 days. The staff members on there have substituted for 60 or more days in the district, and by law, we have to non-renew that contract. And so it's not for job performance or anything like that. It's just if we don't non-renew it, then they'll automatically have a job next year. And these are substitutes filling in, so I wanted to make that clear. We appreciate, all of them are good people, we appreciate their effort. I would like to add one that just came in right at the beginning of the meeting, and Julie Bush, to that list, so that we can get that taken care of this month. We have 2 staff members that will return from a leave of absence next year. It's Megan Swartz and Charlotte Turner. Under item C, service days for the school year, all those listed are up to days and are approved by the supervisors. And then as we do item D, I believe, oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
My wife is on that list, item D, so I'm gonna have to.
On the item D here?
Yes.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
okay, so we do want to, Bev, do we want to pull off one? Larry Rogers. Yes, on the list, which is Bev's father, just pull Larry aside, and Martha.
do you want to vote on it down to C so that they can vote, then we go to D on?
If that's fine.
Want to do that?
I think
I'll
that
work
would be
each
just,
members.
Okay. Go ahead and take your nominations.
so we'd accept the motion for 3A1, let me get this straight, through 5C.
Second.
Discussion or questions? Okay, call the roll, please, Jeff.
Ms. Nickum?
Yes.
Mr. Blowers?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Blind?
Yes.
Thank you.
And now, we'll accept a motion for 3, 5D with the exception of Martha Blowers and Larry Rogers. Do we have such a motion?
I'll make. Second.
Discussion, questions? Okay, call the roll, please.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Second.
Ms. Nickam?
Yes.
Mr. Blowers? We pulled her out.
No, we pulled her
Oh,
out.
yes.
Mr. Blind?
Yes. Okay, let's do each of these other two separately instead of the two of them together, so that we've got 4 of us voting. So we'll accept a motion to approve the hiring of Martha Blowers as a substitute for the 2016-2017 school year. Do we have such a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Discussion?
No discussion.
Okay, call the roll, please, Jeff.
Ms. Nickam?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Blind?
Yes.
Mr. Blowers is abstaining.
Okay, then we'll move on to request a recommendation to approve the hiring of Larry Rogers as a substitute teacher for the 2016-2017 school year.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Blowers?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Blind?
Yes.
Ms. Nickam is abstaining.
Okay, Doug, you want to go on, please?
Yeah, item E, as a public notice, it's recommended the Board of Education approve running a public notice for the purpose of advertising a public hearing to receive input on the issue of rehiring Jeff Petrie, who previously was employed by the Newark City School District in the same position.
Do we have a motion?
I'll move. I'll second.
Any discussion? Is this his first year?
No, this is coming up on 3,
Okay.
I think.
I was thinking
Year
this
3,
was
I
not
think.
new.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I would add that,
this is not a recommendation to hire him, only to advertise the board's intent.
There it is. That's it.
okay,
Who was the first?
I was.
Tim and Warren. Mike.
The second was Mike.
No more discussion, if you call the roll, please, Jeff.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Blowers?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Blind?
Yes.
Ms. Nickam?
Yes.
Okay, under students and curriculum, item 1A is the 3 school districts, East Knox, Lucas, and Riverview local schools, to provide services for students who are placed in their district that we are responsible for. B is our cooperative program contract, which we do every year with the Licking County Educational Service Center. Item C is an independent contractor agreement with Step by Step, Stop Heath for special education services. Item C, acceptance of a gift of $5,000 from the Licking County Port Authority. We want to thank Rick Platt, and that's materials for our STEM program. Nothing specific, just to enhance a little bit of what we're doing, and we really appreciate not only the $5,000 gift, but the support that Rick Platt and his group gives to our STEM program, which is very much appreciated. Item D, contract services. It's recommended the Board of Education approve a special police duty contract with the Newark Police Division. This is for extracurricular events on a new, or they have a new pay scale on that. Next month, we hope to bring Officer Barsley's contract in front of you once it's agreed and signed.
I think just for clarity, we probably ought to have that say as presented in the appendix.
Okay. Item 2, under business, the Board of Education authorized Treasurer Jeff Anderson to purchase 3 vacant lots near Whitefield belonging to Dan DeLauder. The price of such lots not to exceed 400,000, which we believe is going to be 12 to 15,000 less than that. And those are the properties on Church Street that have been torn down and have a vacant lot right there. So,
Okay, do we have a motion to approve 3, B, C, and D?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion, questions? Okay, call roll please, Jeff.
Ms. Nickam?
Yes.
Mr. Blowers?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Blind?
Yes. Okay, with that, we will move on to adoption of board policies. It's recommended the Board of Education adopt the policy listed below as shown in the appendix and is announced at the March 14, 2016 meeting of the Board of Education. From the SALT Committee, file 8510 Wellness. We have a motion.
I'll make the motion. And I'll second it.
Any discussion? SALT Committee members?
After a year of review, this is what we present, the hardest working committee on the board.
There we go. I think we've heard that. Okay, call roll please, Jeff.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Blowers?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Nickam?
Yes.
Mr. Blind?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, we'll move on to board discussion. Start at the far end, Michael.
Well, Max.
Wow. Thank you to the Junior Air Force ROTC for being here tonight and presenting the colors. It's fun to follow all the places. We need to get a map with like pens of all the different places they've been to present the colors representing our district. It's really an amazing thing, and I'm really glad that the program has grown so large.
Yeah, they do a wonderful job, and it's neat to see the excitement that they talk about what they do, and that's a great, wonderful. Jeff and your staff, the job that you do, the top 5% is a pretty good trick, and you guys do a wonderful job of taking care of the resources that the people give to us. Anytime you got $810,000 in miscellaneous, you guys are doing a nice job keeping track of stuff. I mean, that's what I have in my account too.
Yeah.
But it is awesome to see what you guys are doing. Spring sports are happening unless it's on a ball field, because the rain has been dismal. But there are track meets going on. This past week I was at a middle school band competition, solo and ensemble. So I know OMEAs are coming up in a couple of weeks for the high school. There's a lot of cool stuff going on with the arts and our athletes, and so support them and get out there and enjoy some of those activities.
I'm proud of my staff, but I'm also proud of all the staff in all the buildings. My staff couldn't do the job that they do without the buildings cooperating and doing the right things when they start the paperwork from each of our 11 buildings. And we got good people in Newark City Schools. We got people that care about our students, and I'm proud to serve this district. I'm proud to serve this community, and I'm proud of the people I work with both in the buildings and my staff here in the office.
Well, I too would like to congratulate Jeff and his staff, and I agree with Jeff, we have some wonderful people in our district doing some great things. And I know that, and I'll talk about the book here in a second, but I know that every time I go down to gain some knowledge on that end of the building, on things, even though sometimes in 7 years I've asked the same question 20 times, I'm always met with a smile and a very good atmosphere in there, and I appreciate that. And that starts with you, Jeff. So thank you for what you and your staff do. Good people. I'd like to take some time. I wasn't all that ready to do this the night before the election, but it seems like that election was a long time ago. And election day was the day after the board meeting last time. And so I do want to take a few minutes and thank our community, our staff, our students, here in Newark for the wonderful work that is being done every day. I say all the time to our staff, and we started saying this on Wednesday, the day after the election, is that yard signs do not pass levies. The way we conduct our business every day in this district and gain the trust of our community on what we're doing for our students and how we're doing this in a manner of being fiscally responsible is what it's all about. So thank you to all, and in particular Joe Kasawa, who's a graduate of the Newark City Schools, a younger man out there that's just finding his way on how he can be a good community leader, and he started that process. And I know that Joe and his wonderful wife, I think it was his fiancee, now it's his wife, am I correct, Seth?
Yes.
Recently, now it's his wife, worked really hard to lead a message out there. So we really appreciate that. Board members, at your desk you have a book, Be Our Guest, and I loved it because I was humming this all afternoon in our cabinet meeting, and then I saw Mr. Blowers, who's our resident musical expert, up here in the front of the room. He was actually singing and dancing. And you are right, correct, Mike, that is the Disney book. But I wanted to share this with the board because this year our staff has done a two-book study, Why Students Disengage in Top 20 Teachers. And I believe that our staff, it was very beneficial to our staff members to do that. And that was just our certified group, pretty much, and our administrators. So this next fall, we will begin discussing Be Our Guest, which is a book instead of Perfecting the Art of Customer Service. And I'm going to ask our board members, along with our teachers, our administrators, our classified staff members, Jeff's group's doing, everybody in our district will get this book. Maura has begun purchasing books, and she got a good start on, so we get these out to the staff members. One of the things that we, in hindsight, looked at when we're evaluating this year, it's been nice for the staff members to have that book before summertime. So they have a little reading material over the summer and those kind of things. And so it's going to be in all of our staff members probably by the end of the month here in April. And we're really going to focus very hard on our customer service. We started, and I know it's extremely important to me, as well as I know our board and our administrators, our staff members here in our district, that we treat everybody with respect in our district. And I'll give you examples of it. And I really believe this, and I hope I model this every day as a superintendent of the district. I'm no more important than my mother, who is in year 40, some is driving a school bus in the Lexington School District. And a quick story I've been sharing with the administrators. I was talking to my mom at Easter, and she was really excited. She's 75, just turned 76 years old, drives about 96, 97% of the days in Lexington, and will continue to drive as long as the good Lord allows her to do that. And the impact, and I always learn this from my mom, and have for years, by being around her and the way she treats people, students, because I see 50-year-old people come up and yell, "Phyllis, it's good to see you." And my mom will say, "He rode my school bus," way back. And it tells me what an impact that she had on her students. And at Thanksgiving, or at Easter, she had shared a story that the superintendent at Lexington shared with her, that they had a person come in and fill out an application to drive a school bus and asked, "Is Phyllis still here?" So I rode her school bus, all those, and it made my mom feel good. And then he followed that up with, he checked a bus she was driving and asked one of the students, "Who drove your bus?" They said, "I don't know, some really old lady." And, so she got a kick out of that. I chuckled at that. This is kind of a funny little story. But the impact that we all have, all of us, have on students in our community, and the way we treat people and treat them with respect and treat each other, from building to building, staff members, those type of things. And so we really hope that our staff will benefit from this, and we want our board to become involved in our professional development with this book. And so I thank Maura and her group for stepping out and choosing. Well, I think we really chose a book that talks about what we're all about. That way. I know that Barbara, day one when she came in, we talked about customers not always right, but they're always the customer. And so we demand and hope that all of our people treat everybody with respect. Having said that, that does not mean that we will always agree with you, but we will always treat people with respect. And so, good stuff. I'm excited about the book. So it all starts with us. So good stuff.
Just real quickly, I also want to thank the junior ROTC folks for being here and for having such an excellent program, especially the students. You know, ultimately, it's the students that make or break a program, and that is an excellent program. I don't think it's totally coincidental that we're thanking the community for their continued support on the same night we're thanking Jeff and his staff for the job they do. That I think it goes hand in hand that the community sees that we're working hard at being good stewards of the money that we have, and thus they'll continue to support us. You know, it's not a coincidence that we're now at, I believe it's almost 7 years since we've asked for additional money, and hopefully we keep that streak going, and meanwhile continue to build the district, improve the education we're providing to our students. And with that, I would accept a motion to adjourn to executive session for the purpose of the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of an employee.
I'll move. Second.
Jeffrey?
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Blowers?
Yes.
Mrs. Nickam?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Blind?
Yes.
Going to executive session at 7:08.
And we do not anticipate conducting any further business afterwards.
In the last week, I received my bus driver